Well, for most of us, fundraising, working for your community, and fighting to change the world, well, it's something that maybe you just might begin to think about as an adult, right? But for our next guest, this was a passion he chose to act on at a very early age. At just 12 years old, he is a fundraiser, an author, an activist, and the UNICEF ambassador to Canada. Bilaal Rajan is joining us today. Hello, Bilaal. How are you today?
I am great.
It's great to have you here.
It's great to be here.
You are an amazing person for just 12 years old. You have done so much at such an early age, and I believe this all began when you were just 4 years old.
It did. I simply started fundraising at the age of 4 for an earthquake in India. I raised $350 selling clementines door to door in a neighborhood near my house, and since then I've been able to raise millions of dollars to various causes and inspire others to make a difference, and that's really all I'm looking forward to doing.
What was your parents' reaction when you said to them at the age of 4, I want to raise some money?
Well, it was sort of a shock to them because it was sort of out of the blue. I was eating a clementine and looking at the newspaper, and all of a sudden I said, well, I need to sell clementines. I need to do something to help out. And I was eating a clementine at the time, so the simplest thing to do was, well, sell clementines, and I did that, and I kept on going.
And clementines are so good.
They are.
How much did you sell them for?
I don't actually remember the exact numbers, but all I really do remember is that I was able to make a difference. And that was what's really important to me, and still is really important to me, just making a difference in the lives of others who really need it.
Now, you've also written a book, I believe it's called Making Change, Tips from an Underage Overachiever. Tell us a little bit about your book and what prompted you to write it.
Well, my book is basically about how kids can make a difference in the world, how they can make a difference through fundraising, which that's the first half of the book. And really, I just want to spread the message of making change and making a difference in the lives of others, while we here in North America have so much we take for granted. But the second half of the book is about how kids around the world, and adults alike, can find their passion, make a difference, whether it be volunteering their time or focusing on things that they like, whether it be sports, academics. Really, it's their choice.
And you've also done a lot of traveling, I understand, to Central Africa and South America. What kind of work do you do there?
Well, in places like, well, actually in South America, I visited Ecuador this past summer, and I was able to build a school there. It was really an eye-opening experience, and I think that everywhere I go really is an eye-opening experience. And some things that I see in these countries that I visit, I will never forget. In one story that I really want to share with you today is really in Malawi. I was visiting to see what the Trick or Treat for UNICEF campaign had done, or what it was to do with the money that we had raised in North America. And I went to Malawi, and I visited a school there, and I saw a group of children playing with what looked like the ball. And I asked, we played a game of soccer, and I asked them what it really was. And they said it was a pig's heart wrapped in plastic bags and newspaper because they didn't have a soccer ball.
Wow.
And we don't realize how much we have here. We take a soccer ball for granted. It's something to us. It's just another item. But to them, it's the whole world.
Yeah, but look how inventive they are. Look how creative they are.
It's really just astounding how they keep smiles on their faces. While here, each morning we might complain if our coffee's cold. Well, they don't complain no matter how harsh conditions they live in.
Yeah, it's a good lesson to learn for sure. And I understand all along the way you've met some pretty interesting people like Harry Belafonte.
I have been able to meet people like Harry Belafonte, sorry, Paul Martin, former Prime Minister of Canada, and the President of the Maldives, countless other people. But really, what I like about meeting these people is that I'm able to spread my message far and wide, and that's what's really important. It's not meeting these people, being able to see them, that's really important. It's being able to spread my message, and that's something that I've really worked towards throughout my whole life. Just going out there and spreading the message of making change and making a difference. Well,
you've done so much already in your 12 years. I can't imagine what you're going to do in the next 12. But I want to ask you, because I know you do some public speaking, is that something that comes naturally for you?
It definitely is, because I find that fundraising, making a difference, inspiring others is really my passion. And when you find something that you really enjoy, it really does come naturally, because it's something that I always wanted to do and always will want to do.
So when do you have time for school and just playing?
Well, I play a lot of times. I don't exactly play video games.
No?
But,
no Nintendo? DS?
No. I love to read, though. It's sort of like a movie inside your head. I love to hang out with my friends, play tennis, ski, surf, so many different things.
Ah, you're a good surfer, it appears from these pictures.
Thank you.
And do you have brothers and sisters?
I do not.
You don't? Okay. And do you have a lot of friends that you get involved in your causes?
Quite a few. Actually, my second fundraiser, and this was the first big fundraiser that I did for hurricanes in Haiti, I gathered a team of 12 and I sold cookie boxes in and around Canada and Toronto. And I was able to raise $6,000 with their help. And really, that was just the start, and it just kept on snowballing from there. And my goal for the next 3 years is actually to inspire 1 million people, or 1 million kids to make a difference. Because I realized that when one person acts, you can make a difference, but when a group of people act, you can change the world.
Well, you have inspired me today, and I'm sure our viewers too. I want to thank you so much for coming in here today. What a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bilaal. And I want to tell our viewers that if you want to find out more about Bilaal's work, you can check out makingchangenow.com. You can also pick up Bilaal's book, Making Change, Tips from an Underage Overachiever. I think we can learn a lot from Bilaal.